Hello Tottenham fans. Welcome to another video here on the channel. Your dedicated space to follow every Spurs move on and off the field. Today we have some hot transfer news that's stirring up fans. Tottenham has made a new multi-million-dollar move to sign one of European football's brightest prospects, young Nico Paz, currently at Como, but with roots tied to Real Madrid. However, the Italian club's response and the player's own stance may surprise many. Let's get to the bottom of this story. Tottenham has submitted a second official offer for Nico Paz, a 19-year-old Argentine prospect who plays for Real Madrid and is on loan at Como in Italy. According to Fabrizio Romano, the value of this new offer has reached 70 million euros, after a first attempt of 40 million euros had already been rejected. Como, however, dug in once again and rejected the offer. The Italian club's stance is clear. They want to keep the midfielder for at least another season. Furthermore, the player himself has expressed a desire to remain at Como before returning to Real Madrid in the future, which even has contractual clauses that facilitate his buyback in 2026. This impasse leaves Tottenham in a delicate situation in the transfer market, as Nico Paz is seen as their number one target after the loss of Eberechi's to Arsenal. The repercussions of this negotiation were immediate. The European press highlighted Tottenham's boldness in reaching 70 million euros for a gem still seeking a place in elite football. Spanish journalists reinforced that Real Madrid is closely monitoring the situation, as he has buyback clauses for the future. In England, many analysts questioned the worth of investing so much in a player still developing. Among Tottenham fans, opinions were divided. Some praised the board for trying to think ahead, while others considered it risky to spend so much on a player who seems determined to return to Real Madrid. Frustration also grows because Arsenal managed to sign Eberechi's, a Spurs target. This refusal could have significant consequences for Tottenham's planning. First, because it highlights the club's difficulty in closing major signings in this market. Nico Paz was considered an absolute priority, and without him, the board will have to evaluate new targets quickly, as the season is underway and reinforcements are urgently needed. Furthermore, the player's message also weighs heavily. Nico has made it clear that he has no intention of leaving now, which could waste Tottenham's time pursuing a deal that is practically impossible at this point. The next step should be to look for midfield alternatives, especially since direct Premier League rivals Arsenal, City, and Chelsea are strengthening vigorously. It remains to be seen whether Spurs will persist or move on to another player in the market. The main character in this story, of course, is Nico Paz. The 19-year-old Argentine has been attracting attention for his refined technique, vision, and personality on the pitch. Raised in Real Madrid's youth academy, the young midfielder was loaned to Como precisely to gain playing time and develop his skills. So far, he has shown improvement and attracted interest from European football giants. Tottenham saw Paz as a chance to invest in a player who could be a future benchmark, repeating strategies that have proven successful on other occasions. However, there's one detail that weighs heavily: his emotional and contractual ties with Real Madrid. The Spanish club not only closely monitors his development, but also already has clauses in place to guarantee the midfielder's return. In other words, any approach from another club at this point would be hampered by Real Madrid's strength and the player's own will. Considering this scenario, Tottenham's attempt shows ambition, but also a degree of risk. Investing 70 million euros in such a young player, who has already made it clear he dreams of returning to Real Madrid, may be an unstrategic move. On the other hand, it's important to recognize the board's merit in attempting to bring in a talent with enormous potential, something that demonstrates a long-term plan. The feeling is that at this moment, Spurs need immediate reinforcements, players ready to raise the team's level and help this season. The Nico Paz saga generates headlines and expectations, but perhaps it's time for the club to change course and seek more viable names for the present. And that's it, fans. Another transfer saga involving Tottenham, this time with Nico Paz in the spotlight. Despite their efforts, the board failed to make progress, and now the expectation is on the next steps. We continue to follow our club's every move together, because there's still a lot to come. So don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and comment. Who should Tottenham's next target be in this market? Stay tuned for more bombshells to come.